The Phillies head to Atlanta after a forgettable series against the Astros in which they could only manage 1 run combined in 3 games. Tough to waste 3 excellent starting pitching performances, but that's how it happens. And as I mentioned, now they head to Atlanta to take on the Braves. Luckily, those that were able to tail the 2 picks that we gave out yesterday, you did have some success, a lot more than the Phillies, that's for sure. We were able to cash out both of our plays yesterday. Hunter Brown over 6.5 strikeouts came through. Bryson Stott literally run 1 base, 0.5 bases over. That came through for us. He got a hit. It was a pretty nice day for us specifically. Not so much for the Phillies, but hey, maybe they can bounce back against the Braves. I am not super optimistic on that, which we'll talk about. But before we do, would appreciate it if you could go to BetMGM, use promo code CROSSING, sign up, get started on your journey. And let's talk about today's plays. We got 3 player props to lock for the Phillies versus Braves game today. 2 home run plays, 1 strikeout prop. Let's get into it. Number 1, Matt Olson to hit a home run, plus 240 odds at BetMGM Sportsbook. Now, with Mick Abel, I almost said Cain Abel, with Mick Abel on the mound, doesn't feel great, but you got to take some home run props against him. It was a really, really fun start to the year. He has gotten absolutely rocked in 2 of his last 3 starts. He's allowed a combined 7 home runs in those 2 starts. So you kind of take a step back. Mick Abel has made 5 starts this year. 3 of them were very good. 2 of them were very bad. But those 2 bad starts were so bad that his overall numbers have just absolutely plummeted. So you take a step back. You look at all of his innings pitched, 22 of them. He's allowed a home run every 13 at-bats. That's very, very bad. He's got a home run per 9 of 2.74, an ISO rate allowed of 275, a 56% hard hit rate, barrel rate above 10%, combined line drive plus fly ball rate at 65%. It's just horrific numbers across the board. And those numbers actually only get worse against left-handed hitters. Every single number I gave out, except for hard hit rate, is worse against left-handed hitters. 6 of the 7 home runs he's allowed have been hit by lefties, and he's allowed a home run every 8.67 at-bats to left-handed hitters. Really, really, really bad numbers. So my hands are tied. I had to take Matt Olson to hit a home run in this one. Now you look at Olson on the year, he's not having nearly as good of a year as he had 2 years ago when he was one of the best home run hitters in baseball. Some of that can be attributed to bad luck for this year specifically. You look at the last week, he's tied with the most hard hits on the Braves with 11. That's a healthy number. That's not the best in the MLB, but 11 hard hits in the last 7 days. That's a pretty healthy number. Average launch angle in that stretch is 17.2 degrees with both his fly ball rate and his pull rate above 40%. So he's hitting the ball hard and he's putting the ball in the air, which are 2 obviously very important things for hitting a home run. On the year, he does have a very, very good barrel rate of 17.3%. One would even say that's excellent. Fangraphs defines that barrel rate as excellent. And that's the 10th best barrel rate in the MLB. So going up against Mick Abel, I just do think that he's going to have some success. It's also a better stadium for left-handed hitters in Atlanta than it is against righties. And even at the gross odds, you got to go with Matt Olson to hit a home run. Next up, you also got to go with Austin Riley to hit a home run. He is offered at plus 300 at BetMGM. Again, with Mick Abel on the mound, he's got to take some home run props against him. Hands are tied. What do you want? Riley is another player on the Braves who has been red hot at the plate, hitting the ball very, very hard. And again, with Abel's home run numbers, it only makes sense to double up on Braves hitters to go yard. I mentioned that Olson was tied with 11 hard hits that led the Braves. Austin Riley is the other batter tied with Matt Olson with 11 hard hits over the last week. And you go through his game logs, nobody on the Braves has had worse luck when it comes to crushing baseballs that have not cleared a fence. You look at his EV logs in that 4-game series against the Mets, he had a triple that traveled 409 feet, 106.3 miles an hour off the bat, would have been a home run in 15 of 30 stadiums. That was Monday. In that same game, he had another flyout that was 101.3 miles per hour off the bat. So that's 2 flyouts above 100 miles an hour off the bat. The very next game, he had a double, 112 miles an hour off the bat. Would have been a home run in 11 of 30 stadiums. Just did not quite have the launch angle and also did not quite pull it. But 112 EV put in the air is very, very impressive. That, again, traveled 362 feet. And then in last night's shutout, so nobody scored on the Braves against the Mets, he had a hard hit flyout that was 106 miles an hour, 371-foot flyout. That would have been a home run in like 7 of 30 stadiums. So the fact that one of those didn't clear a fence is pretty tough luck for Riley. But again, it shows a batter that's hitting the ball very, very hard. And then I did mention that, yes, Abel is worse against left-handed hitters but you look at his stats only against righties, like you don't look at everything. He's also gettable by a righty. Let's be real. Hard hit rate of 62.5% against righties. Fly ball rate at 43%. That is really a bad number. And then with the low strikeout rate of 17.95%, so basically 18%. Now you look at some of the best pitchers in the MLB that have a really high strikeout rate are going to have a high hard hit rate allowed, high barrel rate allowed, because it's all on batted balls. So, you strike out 3 times and then you get 1 barrel, that's a barrel rate of 100%. But the fact that Abel isn't striking anybody out and still has those bad numbers, that's just not a good look. It's just not a good look. And that brings us to our third and final pick. Mick Abel, under 3.5 strikeouts. Now, if Abel pitches a complete game shutout, these 3 picks are going to look silly, but maybe this is too negative on Abel. I just think this is too good of a line to pass up getting this at plus money. I get that 3.5 is a low number, but let's talk about it. Abel has made 5 starts this year. He's only cleared 4 or more strikeouts in 1 of those 5 starts. It was his very first start of the year. He was amazing. Struck out 9 batters, outpitched Paul Skeens in that game. That was against the lowly Pirates. That Pirates team has the 6th highest strikeout rate in the MLB. Again, that was the only game he managed to go over 3.5 strikeouts. Tonight, this Mets team, 8th lowest strikeout rate against right-handed pitching. And if you take out that first start, Abel has literally the worst strikeout numbers in all of baseball. Again, this is looking at qualified pitchers, but his strikeout rate, 12.2%. That's terrible. His K per 9, 4.67. That's terrible. Again, that would be literally the lowest strikeout rate and the lowest K per 9 of all qualified pitchers in the entire MLB. That is what he has done in his last 4 starts. So yeah, it was a great story. Abel's first 2 starts, especially after his first one, he was awesome. But even in the starts where he looked good, he wasn't striking out 4 batters. So being able to get this at plus 105 feels like a gift just because it's a low number, but I mean, it really shouldn't be, or this line should at least be like minus 110 or something, but it's not. We'll gladly take advantage, and that's all we got. So 3 plays to lock in. Sorry that we're going full fade on the Phillies today, but when you score 1 run in 3 games, that's just kind of how it happens. Matt Olson to hit a home run, plus 240. Austin Riley to hit a home run, plus 300. Mick Abel, under 3.5 strikeouts, plus 105. Again, go to BetMGM, use promo code CROSSING to get started. I appreciate everybody for watching. Would appreciate it if you could hit that like button, subscribe to this new YouTube channel. Would help us out a ton. I'll comment, let me know your thoughts as well, and then also make sure to bet responsibly. Appreciate you guys for watching, and have a good one. Must be 21 or older in participating states. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See terms and conditions in the description of the video.